Hi everyone, this is Jonathan Benz coming to you today. I want to speak to you from my book, Live a Legacy, Spiritual Principles for Strategic Living. This book is actually 52 spiritual principles that I've observed that I try to incorporate into my life. Each chapter is about one of the principles, and the principle from chapter 7 is called Congruence Produces Synergy. Now those are big words, and where did I come up with that? And to be honest, I don't know. I don't know if I read it somewhere, but one day it just came to me that congruence produces synergy, that when things line up, when we align, that things then pick up for us and there's a greater momentum. So I want to give you just very quickly the definitions, and I'm going to read here from my book on my iPad here, which is congruence is proper alignment and agreement. And that the idea here is that when we have proper alignment and agreement, that it will produce better results than when we try on our own. Congruence could be seen as a harmonious agreement. And sometimes we think that for things to work right, that everybody has to agree together. And I'm not so sure that that's the case. I really think unity is when we stop fighting against each other. I think unity internally is when we are living more holistically and when we sort of have come to peace with contradictions in our lives, but even more than that, that inconsistencies in our logic and in sort of the ethos which we live our life by, that we've gotten rid of the internal contradictions, and that we've agreed on central elements within us that will then empower us to propel us forward. So congruence can encompass a variety of options, I say, but everyone must agree on at least one purpose in order for there to be synergy. So even within a team or in the workplace or in a project, you can have differing opinions, but on the central things, you got to agree on that for there to be a synergistic effect. Now, synergy is when two or more forces interact so that their combined effect is greater than the sum of the individual efforts. And we see this from what I told in what we call horsepower. And actually horsepower is just this idea that if you have two horses that are pulling a load, they say it's if there's one invisible horse next to them. So it's like you have three horses. So in this case, 1 plus 1 doesn't equal 2. With horsepower and with synergy, 1 plus 1 equals 3. So there's a greater effect, there's a greater force that when we come together, that we can produce even more. And I think that's why sometimes we say there's greater force in numbers, and it's because it's exponential. It's not numeric or not an additive kind of power, but it's exponential. So when you can align with people who have similar vision, mission, calling, that kind of thing, you can go even further. We can go, even a longer distance. I like this idea with congruence, that it means that we each do our own part while not working against somebody else's part. So I'm going to do my portion. I know this is my portion. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. I'm not going to work against you when you're doing your part. But when we come together, we can combine it and, like pow, we can go even further. There is this scripture that comes from Ecclesiastes, and I want to read it to you because I think it's like a really great principle. And it says, 2 people can accomplish more than twice as much as one. They get a better return for their labor. If one person falls, the other can reach out and help. But people who are alone when they fall are in real trouble. A person standing alone can be attacked and defeated, but 2 can stand back to back and conquer. 3 are even better, for a triple braided cord is not easily broken. And there's that principle again. 2 cords come together, 3 cords, it's multiplicative, it's exponential. So, we know that in any ventures in life, that we as a species do better when we're in community, when we're working together in community, and when we're getting along. So I want you to think today about, the purposes of your life. Work as if it all depends upon you. Work with other people because you're going to need them. Sometimes we say praise if it all depends on your higher power, and I believe in that. But I do know that when we come together, when we partner together, we can accomplish so much more. So today, think about who you're aligned with. Are these people that you're aligned with, do they understand your goal? Do they understand your mission in life? Do they understand where you want to be going? And Are your partnerships with them or your collaboration, is it short term? Is it long term? Think about some of these ideas and maybe take a few minutes when you finish watching this video today just to say, make a list. Who am I aligned with? Are they helping me with what I feel like I'm called to be doing in life? If not, how can I align with people? And here's something. I was having lunch with somebody yesterday and I was telling her, probably once a month, I try to say this affirmation prayer out loud. I usually do it in the car because I can talk to myself and talk to God and whatever. Nobody, they just, who knows? I don't care what people think could drive by. Anyway, I call all the people into my life who are supposed to be in my life. The people who are in my life right now who are not essential to my purpose, I send away to their purpose. Why is that? Because I don't want to get distracted. I want to make sure that my key relationships are propelling me forward and that they're helping me fulfill the calling and the mission that's on my life. Today, there's an invitation to you to do the same. So think about it. Think about these things, meditate on it, and think about how are you aligning with other people? How are you aligning on projects? How are you aligning with your purpose? What are you inviting into your life? And really try to invite the positive, those things that can be redeemed so that you can have a greater impact in your world today, because guess what? We need you to do your part. When you do your part, it helps all of us. When I do my part, it helps everybody else too, because we're all in this together. Have a great day. If you want to get my book, check out, you can go to Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk, BarnesandNoble.com, or BalboaPress.com has it as well. Or send me an email, and I'll help you get it. Have a great day. Bye-bye.